This is one video I have been waiting a year to do and doing it with much pleasure in my heart. The question came up, how do you mix up the perfect pumpkin orange? Well, if you see my other tutorial on how to create a faux terracotta finish, you will discover there were two special colors in the collection, which I will show you. And also I'll be showing you how to create a stem today using these two elements. So let's first start off with this. If you're wondering what this is a foam pumpkin that I got at an art supply store. It's so perfect because it's kind of bent on the side. It looks like a pumpkin. I'm quite sure they probably actually took a pumpkin and molded it and then made it. So it's going to be the perfect one. What's missing is that genuine stem. And we're going to be building that today with air dried clay. Now to paint that stem, I highly recommend using this color right here, an olive green number 639 in the acrylics family. We are also going to be using, to make the pumpkin color, a Naphthol red light number 918, and I'm using an Epic brand acrylic number 605 permanent yellow deep. These two colors mixed together make the perfect pumpkin shade ever. You can also use a bit of black and white to make it a shade darker or a tint lighter. I'm going to show you what those numbers are here. We're using a black number 999 acrylic and a white number 901 titanium. Everything else is in the tutorial. Now, if you don't know anything about pumpkins, they are part of a group of vegetables called cucurbits. And cucurbits are also with pumpkins, squash, cucumbers, and any other viney type of vegetable. And today, depending on where you are in your part of the world, pumpkins come in different colors. There's even a pink one that's in France. There is one in Australia that is blue. There's so many different varieties of cucurbits out there. Go out and explore them. So today we are going to take our permanent yellow deep and we're going to mix, okay, from our lightest to a little bit of our red into this. Always go from your lightest into your darkest. Look at this color that has just formed. It is instant pumpkin color. It is perfect. I had discovered this when learning about doing terracotta. I realized that this was the perfect pumpkin color ever. Now you could add black and you could add white if you wanted to change or modify it. So to make this a tint lighter like this, if you see the colors now changing, okay, you can modify this pumpkin color to be exactly as you want it to, where in the world your pumpkin colors are. I think this is perfect. So with that in mind, let's now start painting our pumpkin. It goes on so beautifully. So let me now finish this and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Now I know someone's going to be asking me, so you got this far, what are you going to do? Well, to help dry this, I have some little pins over here, and all you need is 3 to create a tiny triangle. And you can set your pumpkin up just like that, hands free, and let that dry. Once that dries, you can work on the other section. The second half of my video is really wonderful. I'm using some air-dried clay. The brand that I'm using today is Amos. It is made in South Korea. And I love this product. You can get this product at all kinds of art supply stores and even online if you shop for it. By taking some of the clay, we want to create a stem today. And we want to create a larger base, bring it up, and then where it's cut off, create a topper. So we want a shape that looks similar to this. And if you notice that pumpkin stems are either hexagonal, which means 6-sided, or they have kind of an 8-sided side to it, and you want to have a little bit of a bend to it for where the stem was connected to the plant. Okay, I'm pulling out the base here. I do have some children's tools for clay working, which I will use right now. You can use anything you want. You can use an old kitchen knife or other material, and I am going to insert. Now, what I love about this clay, I absolutely love as a prop maker, this stuff fuses to everything. Boom, that is permanently on there. I don't have to glue it on or anything. Now, using my tool, I'm going to create some lines here very, 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 very easily. And once you create that line, you create a line right next to it and form it right down into the pumpkin. Look at that. This is so easy. Now these little dots look great. It actually looks like plant. I'm going to pull this up a little bit like that, where it was cut. Boom. Now just let this air dry clay dry. Some of this air dry clay takes 24 hours. Some of it takes a few hours. So let's check back when it is dry. This I absolutely love. Look at that incredible pumpkin color. Now that our pumpkin is dried, the stem is dried, let's now paint this up. Now there's two options on this. I had shared with you about using the olive green number 639 to create a stem that is fresh. However, what happens if you change your mind and you want a stem that looks like it is several days old or several weeks old after a pumpkin is picked? No problem. Here at Historical Recreations, we always go the extra mile. Today, I'm going to show you the secret of creating the perfect dried stem. We're going to be using today a rich gold number 997. I'm also using a titanium white number 901 and possibly just a teeny tiny dash of burnt umber number 925 to tone that down. But first, let's put on the olive green and make our pumpkin stem come alive. Then, when it's dried, let's create the dried one. It is exceedingly rare to actually have an out of the tube color that you don't have to mix up. I love this olive green. It is perfect for a stem that looks like it is fresh. What number is this? A number 2, to go really right down to the base and into all of these grooves. So let me now finish this up and I'll show you what this stem looks like when it's finished. And as promised, now that we have this beautiful alive stem on here, let's now change it over to a stem that had been picked for some time and has been sitting, say, at your house or something. So it now changes to a more of a dried look. And the colors, again, we have from rich gold, titanium white, and burnt umber. And we're going to start off with our lightest color first. We're going to start working in with our titanium white, and we're going to use some of our gold. And you're going to start seeing right there, boom, instantly. Look at this color. It is exactly, let me just mix that together. It is exactly what a dried stem would look like. It would be so amazing because you're using a gold paint, and now it becomes this very light dried stem color. I'm going to use just a touch of the burnt umber. That's good. That's perfect. Maybe add a little bit more there. Yeah. Just a little bit more. Just tone that down. We want to muddy that down a little bit. And boom, there it is. There is our dried stem color. Now we can start applying that over the green. If you were to use a little bit of water, if you wanted to use an in-between stage of the two, you can do that. Or if you want it all, like I'm going to do, you can start just painting over the green. You can just apply it as the first layer. I actually like the green underneath it, which gives it a dual coloration. And now we'll just let that dry. Check that out. Look at this. It is a dried pumpkin stem. Okay.